started a new year, you might have already set a number of New Year's resolutions. I know I used to write these long lists of things I wanted to change starting tomorrow. The thing is, after failing a couple years in a row, I realized that change isn't an event. It's more of a process. So if you truly want to change something, taking a gradual approach where you start small and then build upon it over time is the way to go. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 healthy habits that completely transform my life and how I actually managed to stick to them. So all the habits are in the order in which I adopted them. So in my opinion, easiest to hardest. And I am currently working on habit number 7, which I'm going to talk more about at the end of the video. Number 1 is getting enough protein consistently with each meal. If you watch my channel, you know that I'm a big advocate of eating balanced meals so that you can minimize cravings, feel full, and not think about food all the time. And I feel like us women, we tend to eat less protein, or at least think less about protein when we're trying to prepare our meals. For a beginner, a good goal would be to get anywhere between 15 to 30 grams of protein per meal. With 3 meals and a snack, that will land you anywhere between 60 and 120 grams of protein per day. Later in your health and fitness journey, you might want to revisit that goal to optimize muscle gain. Like I said, start small and then build up on it. Now, even if you're not trying to build more muscle, but you're simply want to be healthy, eating more protein or enough protein is going to help you stay more full and satiated. For me, I started eating enough protein when I actually moved in with my boyfriend because he was so focused on protein, and obviously we were eating similar meals. That was in year 2 of my fitness journey when I was actually bulking, so I didn't really see much of a difference in my body composition. The thing about protein is that if you're eating enough calories, you're likely getting enough protein, but as soon as you try to lose weight and you cut down on your calories, that is when you really want to be conscious of how much protein you're eating. To help you guys be more conscious of your protein intake, but without really tracking it, I have prepared a list of protein sources that you can download down in the description box. It is completely free. Those are the most common protein sources that I personally gravitate towards, and I have split them up in sections so that if you're vegan or vegetarian, you can also find an option that works for you. So make sure to get your free protein list from the link down in the description box. But you're going to see that after a while, you're no longer going to need to refer back to the list because you're going to learn your protein sources and the protein content by heart. Number 2 is getting enough sleep. Are you guys a morning person or a night owl? Comment down below. Let me know. I am a night owl and I've always struggled waking up early for school. I was so lucky because my first job actually let me choose my work schedule, and of course I chose 10 to 6. From that moment on, I was a new person. I can't tell you how much sleep actually affects the way you feel. When I get a good night's sleep, I've noticed that my mood's so much better, my recovery from the gym is better, and I even will go as far as to say that I feel like I age slower. So one of the things that really helps me feel good is to have a bedtime routine and go to bed at approximately the same time every day. Every night, at around the same time, my body will start feeling sleepy, and if I go to bed at that exact moment, then I can have a really good night's sleep. We actually sat a 4-month-old puppy over Christmas, and that made sleeping a lot harder. One thing that we did is split responsibilities between me and my boyfriend so that one of us takes the night shift and the other one takes the morning shift, so that at least we can get anywhere between 5 to 6 hours of sleep. If that's your case, I hope your kid or your puppy gets into routine quick enough so that you can get back to a regular sleep schedule. Number 3 is consciously moving my body every day. This one can be a bit more difficult depending on where you are situated. For example, Montreal winters were absolutely horrendous, and I never really felt like going out on a walk when it was minus 20 degrees. But here's the thing, there are ways to set yourself up for success even if you live in colder countries. For example, getting a treadmill or a stationary bike or a walking pad could be an option. And it really doesn't have to be very long. It could be about 20 minutes. Start small. This is exactly what I did when I was trying to recover from my burnout. I didn't want to get out of the house at all. And every day I would set up this kind of small list of things that I wanted to do, like make my bed, go out for a walk. Sometimes I wouldn't do it, sometimes I would. And then over time, it slowly progressed and actually became a habit. Once it's a habit, it's funny, but your body is going to crave that activity. Number 4 is to stop overeating. I used to be stuck in this vicious cycle where I would be really good during the week. I would meal prep and I would probably be in a calorie deficit. But when the weekend came, I just felt so hungry and so deprived that I just would go all out. I would order an appetizer, a burger, I would order drinks, I would order dessert, and then eat until I would literally explode. And I would say to myself, well, it's just one cheat day, right? It can't be that bad. I mean, I was still good the rest of the week. But sadly, that's not true. Just that one day could completely erase the entire calorie deficit that you've created. The food is still going to be there tomorrow. So if you balance your days where every day you can have something that you crave, something that makes you happy, then you're not going to feel the need to go and overindulge on the weekends. Number 5 is eating more fiber. I was always afraid of fiber because it would upset my stomach. But last summer, I decided to do a 30-day vegan challenge, and vegan diets are high in fiber. The first few weeks, I was in pain, definitely. My stomach was like super bloated. I had a lot of heartburn. I wasn't feeling good. I barely wanted to eat anything. But once the initial shock passed, I think it took about 2 weeks to a month for my body to get used to the amount of fiber that I was eating. So I started to feel a lot better after that. And the biggest benefit that I noticed was that I wasn't craving sweets anymore. Fiber really helped control my blood sugar levels, which helped with my cravings. Now, I am no longer vegan, and the reason for that is that I just didn't feel as full when I was vegan compared to my normal diet, and I think the reason for that was that I wasn't getting as much protein, and the protein was a different type of protein. What works for me is really having a variety of protein sources, but I really feel the fullest when I have both a high protein meal and a meal rich in fiber. 2 together I find are amazing for when you're trying to lose weight. One thing I would say though is if you are trying to increase your fiber, just go gradually. Don't do what I did. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. So if you're interested, you can check out my 30-day vegan challenge and try to experiment and see what amount of fiber feels best for you. Habit number 6 is to stop restricting and follow the 20-80% rule. Let's get one thing straight. Salad by itself isn't a complete meal unless you add protein and carbs to it. And no, you don't have to eat salad only to lose weight. You can eat whatever you want as long as you're in a calorie deficit. I really feel like this is something that us women struggle a lot with because we're told that we can't have carbs, we have to always have salad, have little tiny portions, restrict. And truthfully, I definitely have struggled with this in the past, and it wasn't until we started to travel this year that I started to be a little bit looser with this concept and enjoy a lot more foods that I wouldn't normally eat. By following a 20-80% rule where I eat 80% healthy and then 20% I get to indulge in these foods, I have managed to have a pretty healthy relationship with food. Okay, it's time for habit number 7, and this one I haven't really locked in yet, and that is trying to drink enough water. I really don't drink enough water. I would go as far as to say that I probably don't even hit 2 liters per day, and it's problematic. It's definitely problematic. I need to drink more water. So I am going to be doing a challenge related to this in the coming months. So stay tuned for that video. But until then, let me know if there's anything that has helped you drink more water down below in the comment section. And here are some videos you might enjoy next. See you soon.